Well, hello. This is Mark Lupo with the University of Georgia Small Business Development Center. We're here today. We're going to be talking about the emergency plan for your business. Now, as you think about this emergency plan, what comes to mind? And thinking about, do you have an emergency plan for your business? If you are part of a larger organization, the question should be then, does the company I work for or the building that I'm in, do they have an emergency plan? So as we talk through, today will be one segment, the first of several, but as we talk through this topic, you want to be thinking about, okay, so if something happened, would I know what to do? And in addition to myself then, for those that maybe would fall under my sphere of influence, that whether they be additional employees or staff, or are they customers or relatives, family that might be in a particular building. If something happened, what should you be thinking about? Would you know where to go? Would you know what to do in the case of an emergency? So one of the first steps would encourage you to consider is finding out if you have a written emergency plan book. This is something that we use here at the Small Business Development Center. We developed it several years ago, but it is a written emergency plan. It has information both on all of the staff in our office, emergency contact numbers of family members, any kind of health-related issues, as well as maybe training that an individual has that might be beneficial in the midst of a crisis situation. So want to find out if you've got one of these books at your office, and if you don't, then I would encourage you to be questioning those individuals that would be responsible for that. Where is it? Now, two things. There is a whole process within the professional practice area of business continuity. There are 10 different stages of developing a business continuity plan. Today, though, we're just going to talk very briefly on one of those, which is the actual emergency plan. And within the emergency plan, there are two critical areas that you want to be considering. And considering in the fact that you know what to do should these occur. And these would be emergencies that first would require you to evacuate the building. Things such as fire really come to mind. In some cases a bomb threat, but not always. It could be maybe a chemical spill that is far enough away that you would need to evacuate your current location. So emergencies that would require you to evacuate the building, and then emergencies that would require you to shelter in place. And what comes to mind, when we say that? Well, first, tornadoes. They traditionally are one of those weather-related emergencies that require us to really seek emergency shelter. So you have those type. Sometimes it could be the fact that somebody has entered the building with hostile intent, is a violent aggressor, that you would need to maybe go to a lockdown type of situation. That would be a shelter in place. Sometimes it could be, as we said in evacuation, it could be a chemical spill, where you are needing to stay within the building with maybe the AC units cut off so that there's no circulation. And if you have the plastic wrap and duct tape that they advocated several years back, that might be an indication, or it might be a scenario where you would need to use that. So those two are very important, and if nothing else, you want to go ahead and identify what you would do in those situations. First is what would happen if you need to evacuate the building? Where would you go? How far away? And here on Columbus State University campus, the recommended distance to evacuate a building is 500 feet. And if you've not walked 500 feet, that is a significant distance from a building. So then you have to think about, well, how do you get notification once you're there? How do you get notified that maybe the all clear is given? or that additional information needs to be communicated to you. How does that happen? You want to be thinking about those things. Within the shelter in place, you also want to be thinking about some similar type things. Where do you go? It's not some place that you want to think about. Should I go here or not? It needs to be immediate. And if it's weather related, that might be different than maybe an office that you have to shelter in place because of something like an active shooter situation. So consider those. As you get those identified, kind of walk through them, write that down. The website ready.gov, ready.gov, ready.gov has a great site. It also has a downloadable PDF, 7-page emergency plan that you can immediately go ahead and put that into writing and have it on the shelf. Would encourage you to go to that site and download that. The 3 basic steps in guiding is building a kit, making a plan, staying informed. And they will provide additional resources for you there. So that is just a real brief overview of developing an emergency plan. Again, my name is Mark Lupo with the University of Georgia Small Business Development Center. We're excited to be here to help you and in growing your business, and we consider this as one of those aspects of developing a successful and growing business, is knowing what to do in the case of an emergency for not only you, but also for your employees and your customers. Until next time, we look forward to seeing you then. Have a great day.